Hello, and welcome to my podcast, A Mystery for Your Mystery. I'm Annabelle Theopold Hodges, and in this episode, we'll be discussing The Mystery That Found Me, Part 3, The Conclusion. Two months ago, I checked out a book from a small selection library at the UCB. In the book, I found a receipt belonging to someone else. This mystery had thrown me for a loop, but last week, I finally got the breakthrough I needed from the book that started it all. I found a code hidden in every fourth word of every other sentence. Taken together, they create a haiku, a riddle to be solved. Love read more, thought you. Absolutely tired and since just of 14th. This haiku kept me awake, wondering what it could possibly mean. The day of my final improv class came, and as I ran my thoughts past my classmate Mary, another student saw my book. Andrew Gardner was his name, but he wasn't good at improv. He lacked the ability to add information to a scene, but on that day, he did add information to my mystery. Andrew said, "Oh, Keil read that book a few months ago. How do you like it?" I asked Andrew who Keil was. Who's Keil?
Keil Lotting. I did a class with him a couple months ago, and he checked that book out and said that I should read it, but it's always checked out when I get here and ask about it. Do you like it?
Andrew kept asking that question. Do I like it? What was he hiding? Where does Keil live?
Oh, I don't know. We weren't really friends. Why?
He left something in this book that I've been trying to return.
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't really seen him around lately.
Andrew had given me a name. Now I just had to figure out how the haiku came into play. I returned home after my final class, which I crushed, and I did some digging. I only found one Keil Lotting in the Los Angeles area on Instagram, and who followed him? Andrew Gardner. It was all adding up. I searched his feed for an hour or two, until I was sure where he lived. But Andrew was right about one thing. Keil, who posted photos of his cats frequently, hadn't posted anything new in almost 3 months. It was strange, to say the least. The next day, I drove to the area that I was sure Keil lived, determined to give him back what he had lost. I walked up and down the streets for a few hours, but he was nowhere to be found. I turned my attention back to the only clue I had yet to figure out, the haiku. My interpretation of it at this time was, I want to read more, but I am too tired, and I feel like the 14th. But that last part was tricky. How could someone feel like the 14th? And then I remembered I had seen a poster on the board at the UCB. I walked past it every week and never thought anything of it. There was a badminton league that met on the 14th of every month in a park in West Hollywood. On the day of the 14th, I would know where to find him. As our story draws to a close, I'd like to talk about our sponsors, Pizza Krusties. Do you wish pizza crust came detached from the rest of the pizza? Well, now it does. Get Pizza Krusties. As I walked to the meeting place in the park, where I was sure I would find Keil and reunite him with his lost receipt, I saw something strange, a bright color hidden under some foliage. I went to take a closer look. What I found was shocking. It was a man in a bright blue shirt, lying face down. From what I could smell, he had been lying there for a while, days, maybe even weeks. Then I saw it. He was wearing Hanes underwear, and his clothes were athletic, not unlike the clothes I was wearing, so that I wouldn't get too sweaty playing badminton. Could this be the man I was looking for? I asked his name, but he never responded, so I checked his pockets. His driver's license confirmed my suspicions. This was Keil Lotting. My mystery had come to an end. I returned the receipt to his pocket. Most everyone I came across told me not to go looking for the owner. They claimed the receipt was trash, and that I should just throw it away. But now, I had found Keil Lotting, and reunited him with his lost receipt. Another mystery, solved. I got a sense of fulfillment as I finally returned the book to the library, and I now share that feeling of fulfillment with all of you, the listeners. This has been a mystery for your mystery. That's all the mystery we have. Tune in next week for my new podcast, A Date for Your Date, where I discuss being single in LA.